I get in a better because I had to get. Oh, hi
It's
everyone.
it's perfect. How are you, Peggy?
I'm doing well, as good as I can be. Good as I
I
can.
I have a bad cold, so
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sound good.
that's
Let's give a couple of minutes to the people to reconnect.
okay.
Uh, so this was like an impromptu live, let's say. So just to explain, Peggy, she was doing a live in her channel a couple of minutes ago, and she was presenting her case about herself being harassed by some person here in this community.
Mm-hmm.
And for some weird reason, at one point, she got a strike, and she was like kicked out, right?
Yeah.
And we know how YouTube is here.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got a strike, sometimes you cannot go live like in a couple of days. Sometimes it's 7 days. You have to reply. You have uh, to contest. So she was not able to come back to continue with her story. That was a low blow, let's say, and I that's why I contacted Peggy after her
Yeah.
live to ask her if she wanted to come here and to continue with the story she was telling in her channel. And it's basically that, Peggy. I don't know if you want to add something just
No, no.
for
I mean,
introduction.
once again, this was very, very kind of you, Cryptex, to do. I really appreciate it. Um, so yeah, like you were saying, it was. I've never seen that happen during a live stream, like without music or anything going on. But at any rate, yes, I was silenced today for telling my story and what has been transpiring. And specifically, I was silenced by the person. I'll be frank. Is the YouTube channel for having like I said, voicing my concerns and what has transpired. So for those who didn't attend my live stream, I'll give you a high level recap, and maybe you could follow it up with any questions for text. So I had received two letters, and I had spoken about these letters in the past, right? But I'll be frank, did a live stream yesterday where he received a package from the US, and more specifically, a zip code was on the label of the sender. And the sender was Rescue All the Dogs. She sent him a package of a bunch of food. And I looked at the label. Well, actually, somebody brought that to my attention, and I went and looked at the label, and the handwriting was very similar. And I am by all means not a handwriting expert, so I reached out to a couple people, and one of them does have training on handwriting. And so what I did was I showed them a copy of my letters, the two letters, and had them compare it to what the label is. Now, my letters, and I can show them if you want me to, Cryptex. It might be hard to do on the phone right now, but my letters, it looked like the person did try to mask their normal handwriting. Well, there's certain letters that you really cannot mask, right? Like an example of that would be an O, a letter O. It's hard to draw a circle. It's hard to mask how you draw a circle, and a couple other letters as well. So this person looked at it and was like, I'm pretty sure this is the same person. They felt pretty confident. So knowing who sent the package, abroad to I'll Be Frank. Um, I found that really interesting because this is the troll farm who's been sending me letters, 2 letters, and then obviously been sending other people letters for several years. So there's many letters that have been in circulation through the U.S. mail. Um, my One of my letters was actually, I don't think I was supposed to receive this letter because the letter was supposed to go to David Noe Ramos. And the letter, here I could show it real quick. I don't know, how's the view? I lost the visibility of my camera right now because I went to look at comments. So can you see that okay, Critex?
Let me see my screen. I think, yeah,
Okay.
well enough.
All right.
If
So
not, we are gonna put some pictures in the community page later.
yes, okay, that's a great idea. Thank you.
No problem.
So it was not supposed to come to me, but if anyone could see and what will be demonstrated in the community page of the actual envelope, it's blacked out and it was returned to sender, right? Well, the sender was listed as Peggy O with my address. So the person which I believe is Rescue All the Dogs and Jinx, sent this letter, wanted David Noe Ramos to know my mailing address, my house, where my house is located and all that. Um, which is very interesting because these are the two, or at least one of them, Jinx, is a person that has screened harassment for many, for a very long time, that David Noe Ramos is harassing women and he's harassing her, and she tried to get an order of protection against him and all of that. But yet it's okay for him to harass me, right? Like that's a double standard, and it just totally, what's the word I'm looking for? It totally, voids your talking point or how, you know what I mean? How you're presenting the situation. She is not a victim. She's actually, encouraging, and this is in her own words, of an offender of hers, to victimize other people. So anyway, I find that concerning. I did cover that on a live stream already. The second letter that I got, it was a letter where there was a condom and lubricants, lubrication, like a sample size in that letter. And I received actually that letter first. Okay, so that the letter that I got, it was just with the condom and the lubricant. It was attached to a like a piece of paper. And then it had NRC written on it. So I'm not sure what that was supposed to mean, but whatever. So that one I got around like not December, excuse me, October 10th. It's postmarked October 6th. The letter that was supposed to go to David to Noe was postmarked October 1st. So that was the first letter sent out. That was sent to me, and I don't think it was supposed to come back to me. So as I was explaining this, I was also, during my live stream, showing Gibbos, I'll Be Frank, his live. And I wasn't playing his live whatsoever. It was just, he had in his live the actual package that he received from Rescue All the Dogs, and the label was like, it was so people can look for themselves to do their own comparison, right, like don't just believe what I say. You guys come to your own conclusion. That's why I pulled it up. And in the middle of this whole thing, and I was pretty upset and calling out this bullshit that's been occurring for a long time to other people. My live stream was taken down, so I was silenced.
That's crap. I want to say that I don't know the guy. I I saw or I watched maybe a couple of seconds just because I was curious. Because the other time you were talking about him, is just
Hmm.
such a loser for real. And I, I I think this is really bad when someone is messing with your privacy, someone is messing with your job, your
Yeah.
income. So he was basically trying to get you fired um, from your company. This is a piece of shit. Someone doing that type of shit is just bad. It's unacceptable. I agree with you. I don't know why you were striked. I didn't see any video when you were doing your presentation. So
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened. Actually, now there's something weird here. My camera is not working, but whatever. And I don't know. Just to say that, um, yeah, it's something unacceptable.
Right.
As you were saying in your presentation or your exposition, I don't know how to call it. This is not about drama. This is something serious. So, with someone is displaying your actual name in a social media platform and is uh, copying the handle of the company you work for, it's just what the fuck. This it's a sick individual. Now we are talking about condoms, about lubricants. What the fuck is this? It's just come on. Sorry for the
Yeah.
interruption, Peggy. You can continue.
No, no, no. Thank you for bringing that up. So yeah, that did happen. Um, so that happened. Oh gosh, I can put screenshots of that too. So I think that was a couple months ago. Um, he had tweeted my an employer of mine, and said that I am protecting a child killer or murderer, something like that, along those lines. And fuck you. I hope your company sinks. And then post a my YouTube account. Keep in mind, I never given anyone my last name or anything like that. And I had a good feeling that he did know who I was, um, because he had posted a photo of me. So he came at me, um, like about actually like 45 days after I stopped talking to him. I left his Discord. I went my own way. We did share some words, but it wasn't anything like where there was name calling or anything like that. It was just I decided to go my own way. We did a couple live streams together. Um, we dual streamed in the past, and I had
What 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 was on your mind, Peggy, to stream with that
I
loser?
know, I know. So like some of this is self-inflicted. I get it. And I'm not here to looking for any pity at all. Like I'm
No,
just
no,
trying
no,
to
I
make,
know.
yeah, I know you're not saying that, but I just want to make it clear to everyone else. Like I am trying to bring attention to this because this is an ongoing issue.
Sure.
Um and it's just there was no big blow up or anything like that. And 45 days later, he came out and he put a picture of myself. And I'm still wondering where he got this picture. And called me, a bunch of vile names, whatever. And, essentially just came at me out of nowhere. Like I was taken back by it. And, um, you know, he the excuse he used for doing that makes absolutely no sense, and it's evolved, over time. At first it was because I was attacking Jinx and Laura, um And that was, I expressed concerns to him on in a private conversation because I was, like I said, like doing streams with him and there was some shit going on. And wasn't I don't think I was attacking them, but whatever. Even if I was attacking them in a private conversation, like why, like he had a one up it, but he waited 45 days later, to do this. It just doesn't make any sense. Now the newest talking point is that it's because I am bad mouthing the families. So that is now his new talking point to justify tweeting my company and further attacking. So I just want to bring awareness of this. It is a small world, I'll tell you that. So I used to live in the Indianapolis area, and it's funny because when he shared, he like white out the entire label, and well, not the entire, like maybe half of the label, but of the sender of his package, but he left the zip code. And ironically, I used to live in this zip code. And then doing more dig as far as rescue all the dogs, she used to live 5 houses down from my house, which is just bizarre. Like, what is the odds of that? So anyway, where was I going with this? Sorry. If you could help get me on track here.
I don't know, but I was thinking that it was funny when you said that one of the elements he was using to attack you is that you are a child killer supporter. You are not even a clear pro Allen YouTuber, let's say. You are still trying to obtain your own conclusions. I wouldn't put you as a pro Allen YouTuber. You are like probably on the fence. Maybe that's my perception. And
Yeah.
you're asking questions, and you don't feel comfortable with the investigation. As
Hmm.
almost everybody here in this community, you have a lot of questions. So it's kind of ironic that he was labeling you like that
Yeah.
to profit to attack you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. And I think really the rhetoric is to try to get other people on that side on his movement. That's his talking points. I'm, a pro, I'm protecting a child's unaliver, right? Um, and I'm attacking, the family members, which is like, I don't know, somebody show me a YouTube live stream where I've attacked the family members. Like that's not even a thing. And at any rate, like, going back, like this all happened in August where he came at me. But I think like I don't want to get the another, it does kind of sound like drama, this piece of it, like how did we get here? Like the beginning of the journey to chaos. I think it's all irrelevant too, because like this is real life shit, and when you try to take away somebody's livelihood, I'm a single parent, single mother of 2 kids. Like, well, one of them's in his 20s, but still, you know what I mean? Like I'm, and you're trying to take food out of my kid's mouth, because like to me the only objective was for me to lose my job. You know what I mean? Like that's where it is. And not only did he tweet, he called too. So, and he openly admits it. Like this is not me just coming to my own conclusion. This is him openly saying these things and confirming these things on his live streams. So,
yeah,
yeah.
no, what a stupid move from that guy. Really, what the fuck? What is? I understand when you say he's trying to gain more. I don't know, people
Hmm.
for the pro uh, guilty side, let's say. But
Hmm.
as Finn said in the comment, a movement to win for some
Yes.
you know
Right.
that they already won. So what the fuck? Uh, People are just freaking crazy weirdos. And what is more, how can I say, sad here? It's like he did that crappy stuff, and now that you are exposing and telling your story, telling the side of your story, he he strike you. What the fuck? So you are not even able to talk now. You cannot use your platform to express what you what you were subjected to. It's just insane that, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this is like HTC shit, in my opinion. Geez, I don't know. It's just, or at least somewhat to that level. Maybe not exactly, but yeah, exactly. Like, it's what a coward. What an
Exactly.
absolute, you're a coward. You're a
Exactly.
fucking loser and a coward. So let
100%.
that sink in. And he's
And
just,
that's you being nice with those words.
yeah,
That's a fucking loser. Uh, the bad thing here is that we were giving him some type of attention, but I understand why it has to happen because it's just unacceptable what he did. But uh,
yeah,
the shit he does is to obtain attention,
yeah.
mocking Snake, mocking because such a loser, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, and I only got like two letters. Like, I mean, one's enough, right? One is too many in a way, but like to that point, like they've been doing this to other people for years, and I can see why people just get tired of it, right? And it slows you down or whatever, and it's just like, and he thinks because there's a pond between us and him that nothing can happen, but in all actuality it's a crime. Like, the UK does not have the same freedom of speech that we do. It's just a fact, and unfortunately the UK, because like I've made many reports to my police station, right? And I made police reports over to the West Midlands police station as well. um and they won't do anything unless a police station calls them. So even though I've given them all the screenshots, this has been ongoing, like very, you know, fabricating stories, all the examples. There's many more that I haven't talked about yet, but I think I've highlighted the most egregious ones. But anyway, like I have it all documented. I have police reports and all that, and they just won't do anything. And he mocks this. Gibbo mocks this on his channel and laughs and says that the police laugh at us. They're not going to do anything. So like he knows, like that's why they're using him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's troll farm, and he serves a purpose to execute the harassment. So then, Miss Jinx and all of them can keep their hands clean. You know, it's like a loophole, but it's terrorism in a way. You know what I mean? Like it's like terrorizing at the very least. Like that's the intent. Is to intimidate. So
Yeah, and beyond the sickness here, because those actions are just sick. It's also a dangerous situation, it, something could happen eventually if they mess with the job of a person who is having, I don't know, economic problems, a YouTuber that needs uh, to have his job to obtain the
mhm,
income to feed his children, his wife. Uh, a tragedy can occur, you know. If something happened, some guy, you know what? I'm gonna hire some person just to take my revenge. It's just dumb. It's dumb. It's stupid. What a a sick game for real. And I don't know. What else?
Yeah,
What an
I mean, I
idiot!
just think
What
it's just
an
the
idiot!
iron. It's just like, okay, you're pro, law supposedly in order, right? And then you go and you do this type of things. It makes any talking point that you have like irrelevant. It's contradicting. And yeah, I mean, you're a good point. Like something bad can happen from this, like, and it has, like in Las Vegas. Did you ever hear about those two YouTubers and there was, an unaliving because of like YouTube battles? I mean, I'm not a violent person, but I'm just saying, you mess with the wrong person one day,
Yeah,
it's
Fishy has a good point, and it's kind of aligned with the my previous comment, but at the same time, uh, he even if he is rich, is small. He's not that small because he's able to contact the employee of Peggy. You know what I mean? And he did it indirectly, let's say, by using the handle of her company
oh
in
no, he
X.
called too. He
Ah, he
called.
called. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
He's he doesn't
And
have a
he
life.
he put that on his channel. I talked to Patrick. Yeah, he called as well.
Holy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying though too. I mean, yeah, it is small, and like it's just the point where it's there's more people than just me that he's doing this to, and I know they have their own voice and everything, but but it's also just not him. Like it is people that are local, and at least to me, or in the Delphi sphere, that have been, you know screwing around with other aspects of this case, just like the Kathy Allen video scenario. Like,
Yeah.
who are these people? What is their objective? Like, why are they still here? Like, those are, I know I just gave a lot of questions, but that's my thought process on this.
No, no, I got it. I understand. So, anyways, and I was listening to you in your live, but I was not necessarily watching at the screen. Uh, you were playing a video where he was talking or something. I'm just trying to understand
No, 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 no.
the copyright strike.
So what I had done is I had put up a video that he had recorded, I think it's 2 days ago, where it's an unboxing, right? But I did not play the video whatsoever. It was only put up because in his back screen, his yeah, back screen, was a photo of the package he received, and you can see the handwriting on the package.
Oh,
Oops. So basically, sorry about that. He
no
basically
problem.
copies used like his back screen as a copyright within his content to strike me. So there was no sound, at least that I recall. I mean, I don't recall hitting the play button or anything. I just only, brought it up as a comparison purpose.
Oh my god, just
Yeah.
bad, just bad. Anyways, and how did this guy come to the community? I, I I I I don't even know.
So that's a good question. So it's my understanding that he was in another true crime community
Okay,
before this one, and he kind of like got kicked out of that community for doing kind of like the same stuff.
okay.
Um,
This is a
so,
pattern.
hmm?
This is a pattern.
Yeah, it's a pattern. It's a course of conduct. Yes. Um, and he did this to another woman, and she's very she's I've like not talked to her on the phone or anything, but like I've watched her videos.
Hmm.
And so it's a little bit of a different scenario, but she was, having a more of a friendship relationship with him. And he completely, he was calling her kids, her kids, after they like separated ways. He was still contacting her son. He doxed her son. He told her that he had cancer. He told her that his dad was, in a pedo ring. And the only reason I'm bringing this up, because you can't control who your father is, right? This is not to
Of
to
course.
to fame him, but it was only after she had questioned him. Why did you tell me your father is dead? And
Hmm.
I guess he wasn't dead. That was his justification because but anyway, like it was just like, and he just kept on, when she was trying to expose what she was going through, it was very similar what he was trying to do as far as manipulation goes.
Yeah, manipulation tactics clearly here. Oh my God. No, no, no. He's just dumb. Do you think that I understand the potential motives or the motivation as you were explaining, but do you think there's something maybe more personal against you? And maybe I'm being too personal.
No, 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 though that's
Sorry.
a very reasonable question. Like I yet have had received any like just like, do you mean like, well, yeah, can you expand on that? What do you mean
Yeah,
by?
I'm gonna be direct, and you don't
Go
need to
ahead, go
respond.
ahead.
Peggy, sorry, sorry. Just think we can talk like that. Do you think that maybe he was like in love with you at one point, or he was trying to go to another step and not only like friend YouTubers or something like that? I don't know. I was just
Yeah, yeah,
curious
yeah.
about
That's a
that.
legitimate question. So I did not pick up any of that, to tell you the truth. I did not pick up any like flirting or anything like that whatsoever. However, other people had, insinuated that. But I've like never experienced that.
Okay, okay, fair enough. But because who knows? Huh? Who
Yeah,
knows?
you never
But
know.
as you said, you don't have like some type of evidence about that. It
Yeah,
would
yeah, yeah.
be
I didn't pick up on stuff like no.
okay, okay, okay. I got it. No, it's just shitty, just shitty, shitty, shitty. And did you? How can I explain this? Online, let's say, in your
Hmm.
X account or whatever, or in your phone, have you received some weird messages for like? I'm thinking about alter accounts.
Oh. No, yes, yes. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes. Okay, so there's two accounts that were created. One is my full legal name, and another one is Mark's name, MRC's information. I don't know if it's his exact name or how it is, but like it's weird because these two accounts are commenting on other people and doxing other people.
Hmm.
And also, um well, like, so the one that is a fake Mark account went to the fake Peggy account and was like, I can't wait to meet your family. And, like talking vile and stuff, and posts pictures of my entire family. And one of them was taken from my deceased uncle's Facebook, who had passed away a little bit over a year ago. And it's very obvious when you're on that Facebook
Hmm.
that it's a tribute at this point. We miss you, all these nice things. And he still took that, or somebody related to him took that those photos. Now he says, like, I think he made a comment like, it's not me, but I'm working with that person, so it might as well just be him. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't want to admit that he's the one that created it, but he's definitely involved at the very least, so it might as well just be him. But yeah, like, no respect for the dead whatsoever. It's just sickening.
What the fuck? Oh my god, it's insane. And I remember that I don't know, maybe yeah, 1 month ago, you posted something that I was in the same line with you. You posted a comment in your community page because he was mocking Rick Snay because he lost his job and some stuff like that. He's doing bad right now. He had a couple of problems with law enforcement, losing his house, I think, his job, difficult times. And even when you have like an opponent here or an adversary, an antagonist in this community, how can you be happy because the other person is experiencing that type of tragedy? Because it's a tragedy. Today, if you don't have a job, you're fucked. If you don't have how to pay your rent, you're fucked. If you are in the hospital, you're sick. How can you be happy for something like that to happen to other person?
Yeah.
Even even if you are in an opposite side here, you know what I mean? It's, 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 it's,
Right.
it's shitty. You know what I mean? What the
Right.
fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. And that's like something too where yeah, I was like, you don't kick people when they're down. Like you did enough. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying he tries to take credit to, what's going on with Rick Snay, but like
Even
it's
worse.
yeah, but it's really, you know what I mean? Like it's bigger than like him, you know what I mean? And but it's like a victory for him,
Yeah,
and it's just disgusting. Like,
it is
to laugh when somebody doesn't have food or don't have you know what I mean? Or at least struggling, you know what I mean?
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. It's just not the good person. It's a horrible, horrible individual.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
And
Oh
I'm not an
man,
angel. I'm not saying I'm an angel, but like I know when you just don't do something like that. You know what I mean? Like that's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
inhumane, inhumane.
We have certain limits, let's say. Of course, we are
Right?
not
Yes.
angels. We
No.
have strong opinions. We have defects. Of course,
Right.
sometimes we can be shitty. Sometimes, but it's not the pattern of behavior. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
At the end, you are able to know where you have to trace the line, so you don't cross some lines.
Mm.
There are codes in life, you know what I mean. But some people they don't have codes, they don't have principles. So, anyways, it is what it is. It's just real sad. And anyway, I don't know. Makes me mad, but especially the fact that you cannot go live in your platform to expose and to tell your story. That made me mad. When I saw the copyright strike in your channel, I said I'm gonna text Peggy. I'm gonna offer you the space to continue talking,
Yeah.
and I'm glad for real.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Um. I just think too, it's like, when somebody, it's like the truth hurts in a way. And it's like, I'm speaking truths. And that's what, why are you going to shut that up? Because you're afraid of what I'm saying. If I'm, sitting there, which I'm not, obviously bullshitting, and you can disprove it, like, why let the person hang themselves? But the fact that I'm telling my story and what is happening to me, and I'm telling what like facts, and you're gonna strike down and silence me. It's
Yeah.
disgusting. It's just it's crazy. I don't even. I'm lost for words as to what this is.
So Fishy is asking, when did he strike you? Tonight? Yes, it was like what, 30 minutes ago, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah, but
About that. Yeah, just before this streaming, she was striked. So yeah, it's just crappy, crappy. Uh, Free Ricky Bay. Boundaries bound by a moral compass.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no boundaries for him.
No.
No mental compass.
Striking is used by jealous, insecure channels not comfortable with others challenging their opinion, likely because they know there's merit in the content.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a compliment via harassment.
Well
That's a good,
said.
that's a good comment. Uh, I understand some copyrights, of course. I have a lot of strikes all of the time because I'm dumb and I play original songs or original videos in my channel. And I know that's going to happen at one point, but I take the risk. That's a normal strike, a normal copyright. But being having a strike because you are exposing your story is just unacceptable. Just unacceptable.
Absolutely. You hear my dog? I'm gonna be right back to you. My dog is barking really bad outside, like somebody's like somewhere, and he doesn't usually do that. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm so sorry. Just one second. Let me
Maybe
check.
there's some stalker,
Yeah, I
some
don't think so.
weirdo there.
It's
Go check.
probably just a FedEx guy or something. Who knows? Delivering packages. But just one second. I just want to check it out. Thank you.
Be safe. So yeah, an indicted co-conspirator. I was mopping away, though my phone died. Okay, you have a conversation with Fishy here. How does YouTube even allow it? They don't typically do it live. That's easy for people to bully by striking. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. They receive a complaint and they check some type of content in the algorithm, and if they are able to match the the content of the complaint with the content of the live, that's when the strike happens, I guess. This cold is killing me. Today I was at bed the whole day. My dog was bored. I hope tomorrow is gonna be better because if not, she's gonna be mad at me. Cripsy. Uh, let's see if everything is good with Peggy. Let's wait a little bit. I'm just going to the beginning of the comments. So Finn, he has a ranch now. So new moderator here. So Finn, if you want to time out some troll, you're welcome. So Peggy's back, I think. It seems that she's safe. I hope. Let's give her a couple of minutes. I gave her a lot of treats today. Seems that we lost Peggy. Let's see if she's gonna connect again. Mother of Dragons. Fishy. I think it's gay to block me because I'm fucking going through it. But it's fine. I haven't been that great of friend. What are you talking about? Who is blocking you, Fishy? Who is blocking you? Yeah, thank you. I hope I'm gonna recover soon. It's just annoying. Okay, Peggy's here again. You're safe.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to when I went back. It wasn't doing the video, or I couldn't hear anyone, so I got out and came back in.
So no stalker from
No,
UK.
no.
Okay. That's
Not
good.
that I'm aware of. I didn't see anything, but I have cameras back there, so I'll check. But I think we're good.
Oh shit.
I hope
Okay.
you feel better. I feel so bad that you're doing this sick, but it's so kind of you. I really appreciate it.
No, no, this is a duty. It's a part of my homework here in this community.
Thank you.
Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Yeah, I was not expecting to go live today, but you know,
I owe you one. Thank you so much.
only two, not one. Just kidding.
Okay, two.
Just kidding. Come on, Peggy. Of course, nothing. Fishy says that she's moody.
Uh-oh.
All of the times, or just right now? Me too. I'm moody from time to time.
I was
Because
really pissed at first and moody, and then I just think like you just proved my point. You know what I mean? Like I try to always try to find a silver lining in things as much as I can. You just proved my point.
you
Not
did.
you, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So, what is the next step? You are gonna continue contacting the England law enforcement, the British law enforcement, or what's the?
Um, Probably not. Like I didn't have any luck with it. I just, I'm just gonna go. First of all, I'm gonna try to figure out how to get back into do live streams. Hopefully, I can be back, in less than a week, and contest the copyright. I don't have to worry about giving my address, right? Because they obviously already know it. So, yeah, I'm going to contest that and I'm going to continue to call out when I see stuff like this. It's just, it's to me, in my opinion, criminal. Unfortunately, there's nothing to do abroad, but there's stuff happening out here, with the various harassment and you know the letters. They're not coming from the UK, so I'm definitely going to um follow, make my contacts because I used to live in this community, where they're coming
Mhm.
from. So I do know people there. So that like I guess everything happens for a reason, right?
Yeah, tell me more about that. Can you can you go deeper with that comment? It's interesting.
Sure. Yeah, it's really interesting. So like apparently I lived 5 houses down from Rescue All the Dogs.
How?
Yeah, I had no idea. Like,
How?
yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Um, but I did also like serve on a commission in this town, and I'm not pro police, but I hate calling police to tell you the truth. But like I had to develop relationships with different objectives, so I do know some people in that area that I will maybe they'll be more willing to help, maybe not, maybe they're gonna say
Mm.
this is petty. I don't
Yeah,
know, you know what I mean, but like I'm gonna at least bring it, at least make a record of it.
yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I understand. I understand now.
Yeah, I think it's like I think people do need to realize that online stuff, like online and electronics communications are the new way of things, and I wish that people would take them a little bit more seriously to a point, right? Like I do totally believe in freedom of speech, right? But when you got, letters and stuff like that, circulating, that's where it crosses a line, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Right. No, no. Totally. I'm totally in the same line with you, Peggy, here.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyways, uh, after the whole situation, let's say, did you try to, I don't know, to talk to him? Hey, man, what the fuck is going on? Or that was war right away?
It was war right away
Uh,
because the post was not like it. It wasn't just like a minor thing on my character. There was, There was degrading language, mentioned. I think I might have the post. I can post it, but like, I think it's something like here's a bird, a conniving, um, what is it? But it was like, like basically I was, a s he was slut shaming in the post like right away. You know what I mean? It was in that spectrum, and it was demeaning, and it was very disrespectful, and I just, there was no trying to meet, and it was boom. I'm like, what is going on here, type of. I was taken back by it, like I said, because I hadn't talked to him
Mm,
for 45 days, and I was doing my own thing, and he just came out of nowhere. So no, I did, you know
yeah.
express my points, and
So
I
that was
wasn't a saint. I did clap back. I did clap back. I, I'll say that.
yeah, I understand.
Hmm.
So there was like an explosion of a Molotov cocktail. There was not
Yeah,
no step of conciliation. Let's say it was just
yeah.
avalanche. Okay, got it, got it. Tammy is asking, are there repercussions for people using strikes incorrectly just to be a dick and try to cause problems? I hope so. It's a great question. I don't know. I hope so. Uh, okay, post Punk Mama is saying that if you get three fakes, okay, you're gonna have some type of penalty. I hope so, because it's not fair. So you have to contest Peggy for real. That's like
Hmm.
an indicted co-conspirator. A man that gets around is a ladies' man. There is no female equivalent, which annoys me to no end.
True. It's like a double standard. Mm.
Double standard, double moral. Yeah, some people they think they are the lighthouses of moral, the moral lighthouses, let's say. And one thing is for sure, that guy is everything but elegant at all. The way he talks, the way he writes, the way he behaves, the way he acts, it's just yuck, for real, for real. But yeah, it is what it is. So I don't know. We have any other comment here? Anthony Franz, Peggy O, you think Rick is innocent? Have you always felt that way?
That's a great question. So I was all in. This man is 100% innocent. I mean, I spent probably like a lot of people trying to research different things. I did make a turn, but like, I think it's irrelevant at this point, to me at least, because to me, I believe that there was an injustice of how the trial was handled, and what you know what I mean. I feel like his constitutional rights were violated, on many fronts, and to me, it's not, at this point, he didn't get a fair trial, and and they need to do that again. So like, I think we're beyond that. Like, he is found, obviously guilty, right? But he didn't have a fair chance, and that's not right. We can't have like law enforcement and prosecutors going around, and judges, over exaggerating things, or making up evidence, or interfering with the process just to seal a conviction. That is not what our country stands for. So I'm on the more of a pro pro constitution
Yeah,
perspective than anything.
yeah, sure. I think I can say the same. Yeah, that was a great answer, of course, Peggy.
Thank you.
Now that people are talking about Delphi, and you can come back to the subject of this
Mhm.
live, Peggy, but just remembering here, you you've been doing a couple of lives with Mark. Great lives. I enjoyed those lives at all. Mark Cohen. Are you
Yeah.
continue doing that, or maybe yes? I guess so. Yeah.
What? I didn't catch the last part. Sorry. What was the question?
You were doing
Uh
some lives with Mark Cohen.
huh. Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna continue? But because I enjoy the chemistry between you two. The lives are great. So just
Yes.
curious about if something is coming with him soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I do like doing lives with him too. And it's so funny because like the last one we kind of got, we were bumping heads a lot, but like that's how our phone calls are all the time. He'll say something, but and it's just like a very, it's a good debate, and I think we need to do more of that. Just in general, I mean, even outside of this community, like it's good to have a good debate with people and walk away and just say, hey, we disagree, but that's okay. That's how you learn things.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's one of the ways to try to obtain answers for sure.
Hmm.
If you are surrounded by the same people, always saying the
Yes.
same thing, like it's like your brain is not moving at all. You have to be challenged at
Yes.
one point. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
because
That's how you learn.
sometimes you have some ideas, but when someone else, hey, but are you really thinking about that? Okay, if you are always in the same echo chamber,
Yes.
it's not gonna be productive. So uh, yeah, I'm with you in that point as well,
Thank you.
Peggy. Finn, I tried to do Rumble once and it just didn't work. YouTube usually works. I never tried Rumble, Twitch, no, only YouTube. So yeah, I guess it's gonna be hard
Yeah, I
to
heard Rumble is more open free speech than YouTube.
yeah.
That's what I
There's
heard.
there's less control. Let's say it's not as
Yes, less
controlled.
control. Yes, correct.
Okay,
It's weird because YouTube has controls on things, and it's just like words and anything the algorithm can pick up. But when it comes to process items like a copyright strike or a privacy strike, it's like you can't get them to do anything. you know, it's crazy.
yeah,
No.
of course. Anthony Francis asking again. Uh, we all know you people think he didn't get a fair process, but had to be something to change your mind. Phone calls, bullets, etc.
That's a good question. So there's no evidence that changed my mind whatsoever. It's actually quite the opposite. But it's intuition.
Yeah,
That's the only basis of my opinion. And I think a lot of us too, because like there's just maybe some people weigh the bullet more than others, or some people weigh the
confession.
identification of bridge guy. But in the grand scheme of things, none of us was there, and we don't know what really happened that day, and I don't think that there's solid evidence. It's just so the one thing that did change my mind, where I was leaning, this is probably the guy, or this is the guy, was actually how he acted in the interview. Not the first one. The first one, I after watching the first interview, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's completely innocent. But the second interview, when they brought in Kathy Allen, and the way he was, you know, acting, and this is just my perception, it didn't sit right with me. And then the fact that he told her to get an attorney, but didn't get one himself. Was when I was like, intuition wise, I think he is guilty. But if I was sitting on that jury, there is absolutely no way I would have convicted, because we got to convict people on way more than an intuition.
Yeah, but I don't know if that intuition is gonna work the same if you are a jury, a juror, sorry, because if you are a juror in this specific case, you're not gonna have all the information we have.
That is
You
true.
you so that's why I don't blame the jurors here in this case, because they were they were told one single story.
Uh huh.
They didn't know anything about Keegan. They didn't know anything about Ron Logan, about the
Hmm.
far-fetched Odinist theory, in my opinion.
Right.
So they didn't have too much of a choice, let's say.
Right.
So yeah, maybe your intuition is not gonna be as strong as our intuition right now, because of course we know that there's a lot of unresolved questions, and yeah, there are, in my opinion, there are some actors free out there, and one of them may be in jail, Keegan, but he's gonna be released soon. So this is not justice when you know just part of the story here,
Yeah.
and you don't know the whole picture. So that's what I feel. I feel that we don't know the whole picture at all. That everybody here knows what I think. I think Richard Allen is involved, but I think there were other actors, and I'm not sure. I don't have any idea about Richard Allen being the killer or not. To me, he looks more like a lookout. But
Hmm.
anyways, to wrap up the answer to Anthony Fran's comment is that we don't know the whole picture. We don't know the whole story at all.
And I want
So
to just add to your point, because this is something I think that doesn't get talked about a lot, is if you believe Richard Allen is guilty, who do you think should be the biggest voice to release all these documents that are redacted and confidential? I would think it would be the prosecute, like people that think he's guilty and want to prove and shut everyone up that this is the right guy. Where are those people? Why aren't they pushing for these documents
yeah,
to get released, so then people can know the full picture? If you're so confident with what had happened here, why
exactly.
why aren't they asking for these records?
Why, why are you asking for not preserving the evidence? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that too.
What the fuck? And yeah, 100%. Uh, we know the answer, or our intuition
Hmm.
knows the answer. Because that information is not in the benefit of law enforcement, of the prosecution. So that's a great comment, Peggy. Of
Thank
course.
you.
Yeah. Finn, the totality of lack of evidence is damning. Richard Allen couldn't have been involved without a very grand conspiracy to hide all of the evidence against him, which makes zero sense. Yeah, good. Kelt, he's innocent because you don't have to lie and cheat to convict a guilty man.
Yes.
But maybe you have. Uh, no, but I understand the comment of Kelt.
Yeah, I get
Mm,
what she's trying to say.
yeah.
Or he.
Post punk mama, they didn't follow the law. They didn't hold the state to their burden.
I
Bueno,
think too. I think too. Like the. I don't think this case is as complicated as it has become, because if they would have just focused on the timeline and the investigation, and ripping apart this investigation, I feel like that would have been enough for reasonable doubt. I mean, like I was going through the transcripts, and I don't mean to get a little bit off a point here, but when so Holman, when he's in his deposition, literally says that the car that went past the Hoosier Harvest store was a Subaru. I was just talking to somebody about this, and I don't know if he said I think it was a Subaru or whatever. But like the interesting part of all of this is, like when people before this deposition was released, there was tons of people that did their own analysis and came up with the Subaru as the vehicle. I don't know. Sorry, I just
No, no,
thought,
there are a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of
yeah.
weird facts, a lot of
Hmm.
weird stories. The Dan Doolin's tip shit narrative, whatever.
Right.
So it's a lot of confusion here. The two sketches,
Yeah.
uh, come on. So the timeline, major gaps in the timeline, the arrival timing of Brad Weber to his property, which destroys the timeline of the state,
Hmm.
indicating that Richard Allen was being scared or spooked by the white van. The the questionable behavior of Monica Walla,
Hmm.
the fishy situation about Richard Allen being under solitary confinement conditions to force him to have a confession, because without a confession there's no way he would be
Right.
found guilty at all. The case was really weak, so
Hmm.
everything is just bad. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Yeah. Scrolling down here, why did you say King and Klein would be released soon? That's what I believe. I think that he made a negotiation with law enforcement, and that's why he was not charged with the Delphi murders at all. And to me, the 42 years behind bars that he got, that time is gonna be reduced. That's my feeling. Keegan Klein got a life sentence the shape he is in. No, not at all. Life sentence? What life sentence? Come on. For someone being a participant on a crime, having only 42 years behind bars, in those 42 years, being potentially reduced to, I would say, 15 or 20, and Keegan is really young. The perfect deal.
Well, he's not healthy. I think that might be what she was alluding to, or he.
Uh, yeah, that's true. Reasonable doubt has suffered greatly from inflation. Yeah,
What does that
scrolling.
mean?
What? I don't
I'm
know.
sorry, I don't understand that point. Inflation. Like, what does inflation have to do with that? I'm just trying to understand it.
That maybe the government, they don't have enough money to pay the defense attorneys. I don't know.
Hmm.
Finn, can you please clarify your comment, because you are being cryptic here.
I just want to understand his point. That's all.
If you didn't imagine, I I wouldn't understand it. Okay. I agree with Paradox. It's one of the worst cases I have seen in real time. And Paradox, he believes that Richard Allen is guilty, but he accepts that This case was just crappy.
Right.
Yeah,
Horrible. Yeah.
horrible, horrible, horrible. And Alicet is commenting again about Amy and her videos about the sticks. I have to go to check those videos
Yeah,
again.
me too. Because Josh brought that up too on my live stream. I'm glad was reminded to go check that one out.
Yeah, post-punk mama. He will just gorge himself on fuego chitos and moon pies. Keegan, I guess. Okay. Finn, I'm sorry that was sarcastic, but also probably true somehow. But we want to understand the sarcasm. Mark. Mark? Who's Mark?
Oh, is the dragon in here?
Is
I
that Mark Cohen?
don't know. What up,
Which?
Mark?
Ah.
I
Anyways,
didn't see anything.
hello, Mark. How are you? Yep. Uh,
It's hard to see the screen because I'm on my phone, so I'm like zooming in to see it.
I imagine. And I
Yeah.
don't have my glasses, so me too. I'm like in the same type of situation. Yeah. I don't know. Uh, did you cover all the points you wanted to cover about your situation, Peggy, or you have still some ideas or
No, I think
points
let
to
me
say?
look at I made notes
Ah,
before I did my live stream.
you
So
you didn't destroy your notes like voila.
yeah, no, they're right here. um, let's see.
Good.
I think just like the whole social media component of not just like harassment and shit like that, but like why are these people still around? Trying to cause chaos. It's like, what is the objective here? You know, it's like, it's okay. You don't like me. I don't like you. Like, just do your own thing. Like, and it's just, but it's like, why can't, why can't that be achieved here? Like, to me, I'm thinking there's something more behind why this is occurring in multiple fronts, and and I'm not a big conspiracy theorist. I really am not. It takes me a lot to get to where I am right now, and I think that it needs to be looked into a little bit more from a component of like, what are these people being sent here to do, and why? Maybe they're just shitty people, and I'm okay with that explanation, but somebody should look into this. You
I
know?
got it. I got it. Just wanna interrupt you 1 second, Peggy, because Mark is here, and there's a funny story. Maybe 2 years ago or something like that, I made a video about the leaks, right? So in my video, I had all of the actors in that situation, let's say. So I put pictures of all of them. One of them was Mark. Ah, we lost Peggy, and I found I didn't know Mark's face. You know what I mean? And I was looking in Facebook for a picture, and someone put this is Mark Robert Cohen, the one who was involved in the leak situation, whatever. And I used that picture in my video, and it wasn't him. It was an old guy, but
With the
and Mark,
PT thing, the thing on his shoulder, that
I
was.
don't know. And Mark was talking in his channel like, "What the fuck? Cryptex put a picture of a weird guy, and it's not me." So after that, I blurred the picture, but it was not on purpose, Mark. Now that you're there, sorry for that. It was a honest mistake, let's say. Uh, yeah. What else? So you can continue with your notes, Peggy.
Oh yeah. No, I think I hit that point, just like, is there something more sinister going on here, or are these just a bunch of shitty people? Like, both of them are possible, but just, it just seems like the people that are being targeted are the people that are questioning things, and it's been a consistent, you know, theme here that goes way back, and it's just weird because, like, a lot, like the troll farm, if we want to keep that name, that was working with other people that are, like, they not working, that's probably a bit collaborating, researching together, whatever it may be. And then it's just like the arrest happened, and it's just like boom, it's just like, it's just chaos. It's just so strange.
Yeah, agree, 100%. Good point. Anthony Francis saying Cryptex and Peggy. If Rick is bridge guy, he's where he should be. Period. Um, I don't know. I I have different ideas about that. Even if the law states that a participant in the crime, an abductor or someone kidnapping a person, is considered as guilty as the murderer. Uh, to me, there's a different grade of guilt. And why do I say that? Of course, I understand that the fact that a person kidnapping some people led at the end to the death of those persons. I come back again to my initial idea. We don't know the whole story. If someone hires you to commit an abduction, but the plan is not to kill anyone, and you accept, to me, it's not the same degree of guilt. You know what I mean? And that's why I want to know the whole story. If the clients contacted, I don't know, Richard Allen in this hypothetical situation, let's say, to be the lookout or to conduct the girls towards the clients, and if he's not the killer, it's a different story. It's not the same story. That's why I come back to my point.
Hmm.
I believe that we don't know the whole story, just a little bit of the whole story here, and that's why I don't think full justice was served. That's my point. I don't know if you got my point, guys. Anyways, any other note, Peggy, or do you want me to go with the con?
No, no, I don't have anything else to talk about.
Mhm.
What I was talking about, the live stream. But I'm more than I know you're not feeling well, but I'm more than happy to stick around and continue the chat too. So, thank
Yeah,
you,
I know words. I'm happy. I'm glad that you were able to express your story, your
thank you.
situation, and that we took advantage to talk a little bit about the case. As usual,
Yeah,
at the end, it comes to the same because
yeah,
we are so passionate about that.
yes.
Fishy says, does BG have to be the killer? Probably, but I don't know. They proved exactly that. You just repeated my comment, Fishy. So thank you for that. Exactly, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, I mean, based on like the witnesses' descriptions and all that, and like no one identified Richard Allen. They
Hmm.
identified, hey, the person that we've seen in the video is, like the person that I saw was in the video, but like there's a failed missing piece here. Does the video match the person in the courtroom?
Yeah,
That's how I feel about it. And it's
yeah,
like, yeah, they could say clothes, but not really because they all described his clothes differently. And
yeah,
I understand witnesses are, not very reliable, but like that is what essentially convict them with that, and then the van, and then maybe the bullet. I don't think it swayed people as much as people think. I don't think it's as solid as how people present it, but
And it was not even solid for the jurors because
Yeah.
in one interview that one of the jurors made to or the murder sheet made to one of the juror said that the bullet was not a main element for the
Hmm.
verdict. It was really the totality of the elements and specifically the confessions. There's a comment here from handstand golfer. I think law enforcement had Richard Allen as a plan B from early on. When the plan A, Keegan Klein, and the Wabash River didn't pan out, they went to plan B. This is a great comment, but actually, I think that the both plans worked perfectly. To me, the plan A actually worked. To me, they proved that, or they found something in some item in the Wabash River, and to me, the negotiation hypothesis to me is something that it happened. We know that Keegan Klein actually confessed. He's the only one who actually made an official confession about the crime, and that led to the search of the Wabash River. And to me, the items that they found in the Wabash River led to the arrest of Richard Allen. So I understand your comment, but I see it otherwise. I think that both plans worked perfectly, and that's a summary of my theory here. Again, I may be wrong, but that's how I see it.
Hmm.
Uh, okay, this is true. It does when the person in the courtroom said he saw the witness.
That's true. That's a good point. Like he saw he described girls that described him in some points, but like I think there's still some confusion about the earlier group of girls, because I did see a picture of these other girls, the basketball girls, and they like two of them have dark hair and they look like each other too. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
It's like this, back to the odds things. Like that one comment you had earlier in the show. It's like
Yeah,
everything is like the weirdest odds in this case.
and when we talk about the witnesses, I think one of them, she made a comment about Bridge guy not being too tall, or she used short, something like that. But the main characteristic of Richard Allen is being really, really short. So, what about the other witnesses? Why didn't they say that he was short? It's the first thing you're gonna say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 absolutely. Because I've seen him in person, and like, I mean, I know a lot of people can envision what 5'4", 5'5" looks like, but
Imagine if Bridge guy was black and none of them said, no black statement. You know what I mean? So it's weird by default.
right,
So
yeah, that's a
yeah,
good point.
witnesses they can make mistakes for sure, but when there's a very specific characteristic and you don't mention it, hmm, you know,
Right.
yeah, big fishy in a very small pond. Did Dan Doolin not ask him what he was wearing in original interview? I don't know. I don't think that is written in the lead sheet.
I think
So
I think he did. I think because remember he was talking about a hat. If you wore, maybe I wore a hat, maybe I didn't. Blue jacket, maybe it was black. Wasn't that the first?
uh,
Oh, you're talking about the interview. Okay, my
yeah,
bad.
yeah,
In 2017. Okay, I got you.
yeah.
But
I
you know
don't
what
know.
I find, like, why didn't this drives me crazy? Why didn't Mullen and who else was in the first interview or interrogation? It was
Liggett,
Mullen and who?
Marlin Liggett and Holman. Marlin
Okay.
and Liggett.
Why didn't they take him and say, "Show me where you parked. Like they drove him there, I think, didn't they? Like they took from him. Didn't he go there in their car?
Exactly. Very good question. Uh, yeah, that interview, that interrogatory was bad,
Hmm.
especially the one from Holman. What a bad interrogation. See, I don't know. From my perspective, I didn't see any sign of deception.
I
Uh,
didn't
he wa-
either.
he was very consistent in every single answer he provided, but
Yep.
that's also a problem um from law enforcement because they were not able to make or to ask the correct questions. Let's say
Right.
when you are making a or when you are doing an interrogatory, you have to do like opposite questions to try to uh,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like
Yep.
when you are when you are presenting your postulation to have a new job and they do that psychotechnic or psychological tests,
Hmm.
they try to catch you in a contradiction, you know what I mean.
Yep.
But if someone is always asking you the same question, you're gonna never contradict yourself, you know. So uh,
That was something too. I think was pointed out with somebody that had investigated or like looked at the interrogation. Who had him on there? Was it Bob Mata, maybe? But anyway, yeah, that was kind of like his talking points too. Is like they're not asking the right questions.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, because the idea is to you have to formulate the same question in a different way to see
Hmm.
if the guy is gonna answer uh, accordingly. You know what I mean?
Right.
And obviously, Holman and his guys they are not competent to do that type of uh, interrogation. Yeah, for sure.
Or investigation.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. The sticks are items of not evidentiary value. Oh my god. Oh my freaking god. Are you serious?
Yeah, I
Stick.
know. The ones that were touching the bodies does not
Oh
has
my
no
god.
evidential value. Yeah.
How stupid can you be to at least to say that? Yeah. If you think it, if you think that, keep it for yourself. Don't be that dumb to
Yeah.
say it in public. You know what I mean? Oh my god. It's embarrassing. And there were some creators, but that's true. Those were no items of evidentiary value, really. Just bad.
Yeah, like if a piece of clothes was left on them, right? Like would you not would you leave the clothing there? Like
Oh my God. Of course. You're going to obtain fibers, you're going to obtain
yeah.
particles, DNA. Oh, just idiotic. My God. Anyways, I don't know, Peggy. I think I'm gonna go to pet my dog.
Yeah. I appreciate this. You've definitely extended the time and everything and it was really kind of you once again. Thank you.
Oh no worries, my pleasure. And you have to contest that copyright
Yes.
strike. And yeah, I hope you're gonna be able to stream soon. And
Thank
I'm
you.
here. I'm here anytime if you have problems to stream and you have the need to send something to say something. I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No
And thank
worries.
you, chat, too, for hearing me out and hearing my perspective and the great conversation. It's much appreciated.
And please hit the like and
Yes, yes.
uh, see you guys. Thank you so much for everything and for being
Thank
here.
you. Good
Bye.
night. Bye.